Now, I don't know what this video might turn out, how it will be, but this is like one of the biggest things that I'm doing for myself at the moment is there's a lot of things that we know to be true for us, but not to other people. There might be things that you don't relate to, and they don't either. But one thing that truly sticks out to me, or that I truly believe in, is I would say trusting in that decision that you make. Because even right now, like having to make a very uncomfortable decision and having to, or it might seem or feel like you're doing it by yourself, but in terms of that, I would say that that voice or that belief would be stronger than what your parents might think, or your siblings might think, what your friends might think of it. Because I know for me, it was always, okay, I had a decision, but I always kind of, it's nice to listen to opinions and have everyone's perspective to be on the table, but at the same time, it takes away your decision about yourself to begin with, because you'd have internalizations or, opinions about that doubt that shows up when you're deciding on something, because we often think that we need someone to confirm our decision and tell us that, okay, we're doing the right thing, and you're absolutely right with that. And we miss out what we feel or think about that thing. So when I'm deciding to drop out of college or not wanting to continue, do I have a plan? Yes. Am I fully sure that it's going to work? No. We don't know how it's going to work out for us. We don't know how it's going to start. We only know that we decided on something and we're willing to stay regardless. So me dropping out of college and deciding and knowing that this is actually my last year, why not continue? Have like different thoughts, or my brother or friends would tell me to continue, and this is something that you need to be doing. And it's your last year, continue. These are some of the few things that I would hear from people around me. It's like, it's your last year, might as well make it, push it through. But in that pushing forcefully of doing it, that feeling of waking up every day and being like, oh my god, I actually have to go to school right now, or have to go to class to attend, to do my grades, and that ABCs we have attached our worth to, that if I get an A, that I'm fully deserving of it and I'm worthy of it. And we make our identity and ourselves so attached to that, we think that if we get lower or below that A, that means that we are less enough and worthy. I remember in high school growing up, I wasn't a very like an A student. I wasn't like a student that is very passionate about books or learning about stuff. I knew that I wanted to do something else. Didn't know what it was, but I knew that there was something within me that's creative, that's in my world was more powerful and strong. But I didn't know what that was until I grew up at this age of 23, realizing that I no longer want to do something that I don't want to do, that it's not keeping me happy. Think about it. Well, everyone nowadays are doing things that make them unhappy because they want to pay their bills, or they want to do something because they gain their self-worth and an identity from that job or from that career. And this is not to say that if you're a person watching this and you have a career in mind and something that you want to pursue and to drop out, this is not my idea of it, but my whole point of this is, you love it, follow it. If you have that vision there, do it. Am I not going to be nervous about the decision? Am I not going to be nervous about people telling me that you're in the wrong path? Am I going to feel maybe a little isolated by that decision? Yes. But there is an inner truth in knowing that I actually did something for myself, and that was from my own experience and my own decision right now, that I didn't have to ask anybody for it. It's nice to hear feedback and just, getting thoughts or different ideas and opinions from other people, but it's always going to circle back to me, you. Imagine you in a circle, right? There's going to be different dots around the circle, different dots around you. These dots represent people, people that love you and support you, your family, friends, anybody who's in your support system. These dots slowly begin to fade away once that you in the middle, once that you in the circle makes the final decision that even if they weren't there, I would still have myself, that I would still have me in that circle. And that's the thing that you will commit to every single day, knowing that these thoughts around me are going to come and go. They're going to expand and dilate as you go in your life, as you grow up, as you learn, as you quit that job, as you decide to do something for yourself. There's going to be few dots and few people that are going to still circulate around you, and these are the people that you need to keep in your life, because they're the ones that are going to support you no matter what you decide, because they see a vision in you and they believe in that vision, knowing that you actually trusted in it. And these are the people that are, I would say, important to keep in your life, so that you in that circle who's doubting and who's having to question and maybe sometimes overthink that choice, that muscle will only grow when you start deciding, when you start to believe that, okay, I made this choice not knowing what's gonna come, but I still made it because I believe that there was something more deeper to it. There's an inner knowing that, okay, I decided because I had ABC, or because I had these different plans and things laid out for me. I see it, I feel it. But if these dots are the only things you focus on around you, meaning the people, if these are the only things you're going to be focused on, then you're going to diminish yourself. You in the middle is going to shrink and shrink and shrink and become a dot. This dot is no longer fulfilling, not happy, not confident, doubting, feeling alone, because that dot is representing everything that you absorb from other people, and you're shrinking again and again and again, because you're constantly based on what people think of that. So I would say that the first step that you want to do for yourself is to look at these dots that are around you, which is, representing the circle, right? Look at these dots around you, and you can begin even to identify or notice that, okay, there are certain dots that don't represent me, that are not in my circle right now, and I don't want it in my circle right now. And that's the thing you would want to focus less about, because you would need to bring that focus back onto that circle, which is you. That dot that's in the middle, which is you. You can even plan it out, write it out in a paper, write you and circle it, and then put another circle above it and put little dots. These are your support systems, the people that are in your life, and see how that goes. It's an exercise that just came to mind right now as I'm talking, but it's very helpful. You then begin to notice that you're gonna shrink, but you're still gonna be there. But the little dots around you might fade away, meaning the people, because you start to notice that these are not people I want to surround myself with. But you is gonna be there. Even if it's shrinked, you still know that it's there. You still know that you're there regardless. So I'll just leave you with this note, that even if you decide something for yourself, not knowing what's next, believe in it and trust in it. And slowly that muscle of trust and belief will strengthen. That muscle will get stronger. when you start to decide for yourself. Even little choices. This is a huge choice to decide to leave something that you've committed to for X amount of years. For me, it was 2 years that I committed to college, but I decided that this is not for me. This is not to encourage any dropouts or to encourage you to leave. I'm not standing by anything, but I'm standing with my intuition, with the belief that I know there's something more than the degree, more than the grades, more than my commitment to college. And it really shows you a lot about yourself, how much you're committed towards something and how much that you are not committed to something, because that just doesn't fuel you, that doesn't make you happy. What if there's more out there for you, that you can have both, that you can have a career, you can have a path, and you can still have income out of it, which is what people are doing. Businesses, a lot. I'm not saying go into business, but this video is just to tell you, more so like a reminder, that that thing that scares you the most, that thing that comes and pops every single day in your mind, the minute you wake up to the moment before sleeping, that one thing that you wanted to do for years that you didn't have the courage to. I promise you that when you decide to do it, there's so much power you're gonna feel from within, even if people are not gonna agree. If one person believes in that vision, just one person that believes in your vision, that's more than enough. More than enough to stand by everybody who thinks the opposite. Because I feel that strength within. I feel it. And this experience exactly is what inspired me to do this video. I wasn't planning for it. I wasn't even thinking about making one. I didn't even decide. I didn't even think like I'm gonna wake up and decide today that I want to drop out. It's always been there, the thought of dropping out. But I let other people influence my thoughts. Or more accurately, influence the way that I feel about college. And I let that override. I let that speak louder than my own voice. So, yeah, I hope to show up more. This is also going to be my first video, so I'm sending you all lots of love and passion, joy, commitment, and strength, because I know it's within you. And I will see you hopefully next time.